Yo, it's me, CSCOTT, baby, and I'm back with my review of the 2018 film Black Panther, starring Chadwick Boseman. Michael B. Jordan is directed by Ryan Coogler. Okay, so I don't know about the quality of this one because, or the review, I should say, because, okay, so I recorded my review for season 2 of Scream. I uploaded that. And then I was waiting till that was done, and I was going to record this review. And then my son called. So then, while I was on the phone with him, I put in Avengers Infinity War. And I was watching that. So I'm going to try not to get the two messed up. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. So, Black Panther. That was another one. I was more familiar with Black Panther than I was Ant-Man or the Guardians of the Galaxy because I watched Ultimate Avengers 2. And backstory. Okay, so there's a little thing at the beginning that shows a young T'Chaka, that's Black Panther's father, talking to his brother. And it connects to the story. There's this kid that's left behind. And he's the main villain. Going into this, I thought that Claw, whose origin was sort of given at the end of, or not the end, but in Avengers Age of Ultron, was going to be the main villain. But no, they have Michael B. Jordan playing the character Killmonger. And I was just like, what is this character? Apparently, he is T'Challa's cousin. I don't know his real name. But he's T'Challa's cousin, and he's royalty. And it's basically the Lion King in the MCU. He comes a-calling, he brings in the body of Claw, and he fights for the mantles of King and Black Panther, and he wins because he's been trained to fight for revenge. And then it's basically they have to get the throne back. Here's my thing, So after this happens, after he gets knocked down and thrown off the waterfall, which who fights on a freaking waterfall? He's found by M'Baku, or Gorilla Man, Ape Man, whatever his name is in the comics. Why doesn't M'Baku go tell someone that he found their body? It takes till they come to him, and then he shows them he found, and he's in snow. They have this herb that gives them visions. And everyone was saying this was because the Soul Stone was buried in the ground. That's what fell to Earth. And it would have made a lot more friggin' sense than what we get. Because the only reason, and it's very confusing. It's like the only reason they made the Soul Stone the way they did in Infinity War and Endgame is so they can kill off some characters. Even though the first character killed off, I'm not going to ruin it. Doesn't make much sense when they sort of bring the character back in the Endgame, but it's not, I don't know. But it's just confusing. Very confusing how this herb basically acts, it could be what the Soul Stone does. They don't really explain what it is, this herb. It really would make sense from the Soul Stone, but it's not. And because they decided not to make it the Soul Stone, maybe Ryan Coogler had it in his mind that it was the Soul Stone, but the Russos decided, no, that's not what it's going to be, and now it's just kind of there. And they don't explain what it is. But I understand if it was the Soul Stone, they take that out, then it's not going to be, there anymore, I guess. I don't know. I also said that was also the source of the vibranium that they use. We see Everett Ross, which I forgot to mention in my Civil War review. Everett Ross, I find it weird that there are two characters named Ross, and they didn't have Tony Stark make a comment about it. Ross? No relation. Yeah, I can tell, because I like him. I don't know, some kind of comment that Tony could have made, but they never acknowledged that both their names are Ross, which is confusing. Yeah. Everett Ross, he's in this, and he gets blown up, and they have to use this bead in his back to stabilize him. Sorry about this. To stabilize him, and then they fix him because Shuri, that is Black Panther's sister, is a genius. So there's something I don't get. Why does the character played by Daniel Kaluuya, which I got confused. Someone was posting that there could be, I'm a Doctor Who fan. Someone posted American actors that could play Doctor Who, and one of them was Donald Glover. Well, I was under the impression was British because I confused him with Daniel Kaluuya, who was actually British. And I'm like, no, wait, never mind, I confused him with the guy from Get Out. Yeah, he's from Get Out. Here's the thing. Why does he turn on T'Challa? I mean, did they bring Claw? He brings Claw. Killmonger brings Claw in, which I feel like they wasted Andy Serkis in this film. He could have done a lot more than he did, and I think he should have been the main villain. But they wanted. Hey, Killmonger's a great villain. Don't get me wrong, but they teased him. And see, I hate it when they do that. That's the big problem with the MCU is they tease a character, and then the next film the character's in, sometimes they just throw it away. Like Strucker, he was teased in a post-credit scene in Winter Soldier, only to then be killed off and thrown away in Civil War. And so we introduced Claw in Age of Ultron. He's brought in here. He's in the film for 45 minutes. And then he's killed off. I don't know. Denzel Whitaker, who's an All That alumnus from Nickelodeon, he's in this for a cameo. He plays the younger version of Forrest Whitaker. Wait a minute. Are they related? That's really weird because it's Denzel Whitaker plays a young version of Forrest Whitaker. Huh. I'll have to look to see if they're related. Like father, son, grandfather, or grandson sort of thing. It's interesting. I don't like that at first Okoye decides she's just going to follow whoever the king is. I understand that's the nature of the guards, but in my mind, it doesn't matter because she's been serving with T'Chaka and T'Challa. She has a connection with them, and for her to just blindly serve Killmonger, to me, makes no sense. I understand she's a guard and they have honor and stuff, but I would have said, I would have been like, nope, I ain't following you. You're not my king. That's my king. The person you just knocked off there, that was my king. I'm not following you. But she stays behind. Nakia, played by Lupita Nyong'o, she's supposed to be the love interest, but she doesn't do much in this. Shuri does more than she does. She's the sister. Nakia doesn't really do much in this film. She's shown that she's like this female, she's this strong female character that is leading this whatever it is that Black Panther breaks in on and helps her with, and then she sort of just sticks around. There's a great fight scene in a casino that's pretty cool, and then it leads to them on there's like a car chase where he connects himself to it using the suit. That's pretty cool. The special effects in here are decent, except for the final fight between Killmonger and Black Panther. They're both in full CGI, and it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. One thing I don't get about this movie is the hate for it. I've seen a lot of tier lists where they put this in the bottom next to like Iron Man 2 and Thor the Dark World, and I'm just like, what? They're also putting Incredible Hulk down there, and This and Incredible Hulk are two of the better films in the franchise, and I'm sorry, but this does not deserve to be in the lower tier. So you people putting this in the lower tier, stop it! Doesn't belong there. You're freaking stupid. Don't do it. Alright? This is one of the better movies in the MCU, and I don't like when it gets... I don't like when better movies like this and Incredible Hulk are getting such hate, and yet they put Iron Man 3 up in the middle of their tier, and I'm just like, no. I'm sorry. There's so much wrong with Iron Man 3. Iron Man 2 is no gem either, but there's so much wrong with Iron Man 3, and everybody just ignores it because they're Shane Black fans. And I get it. You like Shane Black, that's fine. And then they say that he ruined Predator. I'm sorry, but the Predator is fathoms better than Iron Man 3. I can get some of the decisions in the Predator. Iron Man 3, I can't. And I'm eventually going to do the Predator movies and the Alien and stuff. Just, yeah. Trying to get stuff done. Alright? This is a good movie. Watch it. It's a good movie. If someone says it's bad, don't listen to them. Just go, nah, 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 I can't hear you, nah, 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 nah. And then watch this and know for yourself it's a good movie. I like the technology they use. The whole storyline is about how they've kept Wakanda a secret for so long, and by the end of this, they decide it's time to bring it to the public, which we're going to talk about once I review Endgame. We're going to talk about certain things happening during certain times and how certain things would be different, and we're going to get there. But for this, what they show at the end, which is the mid-credit scene, it shows him at the summit, and he says he's going to bring Wakanda's technology to the rest of the world and share with them their technology and stuff, which is cool. And then we get another scene where they wake Bucky up from his sleep, and they're going to make him a new arm. So, vibranium. So yeah, this is pretty cool. I'm going to give this, I almost gave it a B. I'm going to give this a 9. It's a really good film. I really enjoy it. But yeah. Gets a 9 from me. So, what are your thoughts on Black Panther? Leave in the comments below why you think it is one of the better films. If you don't, well, then that's your opinion. I'm just saying. But it is one of the better films in the franchise. But yeah, because I was really surprised when I went to see this. I wasn't expecting much. And I like all the African culture stuff. As Lion King as it is, I like it. All the culture stuff in this, I like it. It's really cool. So, yeah. So I'll see you in the next one.